Hello everyone. Today is April the 18th, Sunday. Just give you a recap on PS Week and what's coming to watch for the upcoming remainder week of April. This you can see. I'm bringing it up to kind of show you the demand of cars in the future and how you can see the predictions of what is the electric vehicle going to be in the futures. So just to give you some idea and sources coming from IHS Market. That's just telling you that in the future, that's definitely a growing. You can see the demand and also the perspective of the car that are upcoming in the future for electronic vehicles. So definitely there's a market there, although you can see the EV stock haven't been performed very well when the market last week could be very solid, strong rebounding as well on Nasdaq due to the yield curve kind of slowing down or even actually dropping a little bit. The market has retreated from Friday again and slipped back due to investor awaiting an inflation data action from Federal Reserve. GameStop short seller Melvin Capital suffered a 49% in the first quarter. Alibaba share jumped 8% as China ended its antitrust probe on Jack Ma's tech empire on Monday. Fed Chair Powell said the bank is looking extensively into how a digital dollar might work. Tech stocks are making a massive comeback as disappointing jobless claims data and concern over a fourth wave of the pandemic have regenerated at the interest in the pandemic beneficiaries. Major semiconductor stock fell after NVIDIA announced plan to manufacture its own CPU processor. Bitcoin rose as much as 2.6% to 61,229 as the crypto world prepared for Coinbase direct listing on Wednesday. Coin climbed slightly on Tuesday to 1743.84 and oil is also slightly above $60 due to oil inventories fell by 3.6 million barrels. Market came back strong Tuesday with S&P 500 fell 0.02% to end the day just below its closing record of 4128.8. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.16%, 54 points, and the Nasdaq Composite was down 0.36%. Wall Street outlook on quarterly earnings appears bullish with Cineco back to show strong quarterly result. Boeing symbol BA was down almost 2%, just down days after the company urged 16 airline customers to grant a 737 MAX jet. NEO and Xpeng were uplift and gained back some early losses, which are of course on Friday unfortunately have slipped back again. What drove the market stronger was a fall in U.S. bond yields, which trade inversely to price that also support investor sentiment on growth stock. However, the market dipped back with news that U.S. Health Authority halted use of Johnson & Johnson, symbol J&J, COVID-19 vaccine after report that recipients experienced weird blood clotting. Following the news, cruise line, hotel, and airline fell and waved on board the market, which this stock seems to be falling a little bit in a week. The U.S. Consumer Price Index rose by 0.6% in March, topping economists' expectation for a 0.5% increase. Coinbase valuation came about $90 billion, 90 to 100 billion. The first intraday surge as much as 15%, but declined end of the day again following the day. Coinbase, but however, on the end of the week is actually over $325, so which ended very strong. Coinbase released impressive first quarter result on April 6 that showed a 117% quarter-over-quarter increase in monthly transacting users. The company also earned more revenue in the first quarter 2021, $1.8 billion than it did all of 2020, $1.3 billion. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest funds are bullish on Coinbase, which bought about $250 million worth of the crypto exchange platform for 3 of its ETF in Wednesday trades. The rise in revenue came amid a historic run for Bitcoin that showed the cryptocurrency rise more than 300% in 2020 and an additional nearly 100% in the first quarter of 2021 alone. The market was up early of a day but ended with Nasdaq retreat and lower by 0.99%, with Dow was higher. And just to give an update on Saturday, the market have flipped, so Bitcoin was as high as $64,000, Lush dropped back down to $52,000, like 15%, about 10+% decline. So we don't know how Monday the market opened with, and if they have any impact on the stock market as well. Yeah, as said, we expect to keep rate where they are until mid-3 test. Powell said Wednesday a virtual event organized by Economic Club of Washington. On Thursday, initial jobless claim dropped significantly with bank stock continue to report well about expected earning above Dow higher. Beyond earning, Moderna delivered a positive update on its vaccine using some of the concern for Johnson & Johnson vaccine setback on Tuesday. Pfizer reported stronger than expected revenue EPS after on Wednesday before market open. Retail sales rose 9.8% according to data released on Thursday by the Bureau of Economic Analysis, well ahead of the 5.9% raise expected and the biggest month increase since May last year. Goods sales were up 24% after falling 6.9% in February, but only food and beverage were a 0.7% gain, led the overall trend noticeably. Labor market front was also encouraging as initial job claims fell much further than expected last week to only 576,000. On Thursday, chip makers were broadly high again after Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing. Simple TSM warned overnight that the global chip shortage is likely to drag on to 2022. Quantum scale fell as much as 15% on Thursday after short sales Square Capital compared the company to Ethereum. The Biden administration slapped new sanctions on Russian expelled diplomat over cyber attack and election interference. The geopolitical risk has yet to be materialized due to reason. Gold has up 6% for the day. Because of good news mentioned above, U.S. stock climbed to record high on Thursday. Again, Federal Reserve Chairman Powell made it clear that even though he's optimistic on the economy, the rise in inflation is transitionary. Lastly, Treasury price fell sharply in the first quarter, and their sign of asset manager taking advantage of move to buy Treasury would drive yield lower. Friday, pre-market was strongly cut due to strong China GDP data and U.S. economic numbers. However, Morgan Stanley exposure to Actors Capital led to a loss of $911 million in the first quarter. Despite the loss, Morgan Stanley managed to beat analysts' estimate for its first quarter revenue and profit. Crude oil is back at the highest in months as the weak inventory data combined with rising geopolitical risk to underpin prices. The new building permit is 1.766 million compared to the previous month of 1.72 and exceed analyst expectation. At the same time, EV stocks have been challenged and the rate and momentum pick up again. The state could be anomalous for Apple stock as well, and Apple Card would allow the company to target a market exponentially larger than phones. Global auto sales totaled 2.55 trillion in 2020 versus 420 billion for the smartphone market. An electric car would fit with company environmentally friendly image, and also Apple was beat up the previous week actually gained back a lot of momentum in last week. You could, if there's more good news for Apple, like this electric vehicle, maybe the market it would drove about the stock has been as high as $145 a share, and right now it's around $133 a share. Overall, it's a very large market, and it will happen, on the EV space. Bitcoin hit an all-time high of near 65,000 Wednesday again. It tipped it back over the weekend, and now it's trading 51,000. So we will see if you're gonna go back up Monday, and it all depends on supply and demand and how things go. Digital asset prices are more than 105 so far this year. Gold also raised and hit by 1780, which could be potentially higher than $1,800 level again. You can very well call the Dow and S&P 500 very bullish at this point. If you recall my video in December and January of this year, S&P 500 at the time was back 7 to 12% high from that level, where some analysts were projected 4,200 for S&P 500, which are very, very close to that number already. So I'm not sure. I haven't heard any analysts project any further than 4,200, but it could potentially 4,500, which is the next target and a 10% gain. Because bear in mind, we're only in April right now, just slightly past their first quarter performance, which of course, in March, early of the March, actually, the index was actually experiencing the losses, a couple of them, and also really slipping again of the December because of some of the fund, the private equity fund were having issues and challenges, and the short sellers were stop short selling those stocks like AMC, like GameStop. You can see the price slide back quite a bit already. Dow last quarter of 2020, someone has predicted a melt up and will go up